Good night, everyone. This is another story by Hack Shuck. I don't know why, but I really like this one, and I think you will too. I've never liked taking my son, Ben, along on business trips, especially now that he's at that tireless, inquisitive age where everything's either utterly boring or completely fascinating. Any parent will know just what I mean. But Ben's father, who's a handyman, was working long hours all weekend, and the regional office had a crochet I could use, so I decided to turn the trip into a weekend break. The hotel in Atlanta, Georgia was pretty, but well past its best. The sort of place with lots of rooms empty. Cheap, in other words. This was everything to me. The polite elderly guy in reception took a real shine to Ben and myself and insisted on giving us the penthouse suite at the regular room rate, since no one else was using it. The suite was huge. 2 adjoining bedrooms and a spacious lounge. Plenty of space for Ben to play whilst I sat on my bed and worked on my presentation, which nobody would care about. "Oh, Mr. Duck's here, Mommy!" Ben ran out of the bathroom looking delighted. I barely looked up from my ancient laptop, plugged in as the battery went 3 years previously. "Do you mean old Mr. Duck, sweetie?" He couldn't yet pronounce his T's. "Oh, Mr. Duck! Oh, Mr. Duck!" He was bouncing with glee. "He's in bathroom, saying things. Come see, Mommy." I said I'd go look later, pleased he had made an animal friend to amuse himself, even if it was imaginary. "But ducks don't say things, honey. They quack. So why don't you quack back?" I was so engrossed in my stupid project that I didn't notice that it was growing dark outside. Ben's giggles from the lounge spurred me to shut my laptop and call him in. "I'll order us some food, buddy. Sorry Mommy's not been a whole bunch of fun today." "It's okay, Mommy. Oh, Mr. Duck been quacking. He loves you." This made me smile, though I wondered what had brought a duck to Ben's mind, as we were about as far from any pond as possible. That night, Ben insisted he'd be allowed to sleep alone in the other bedroom. I agreed, as he'd been so well behaved all evening. I heard him whispering softly until late and figured he was excited about being away from home and making a new make-believe friend. I imagined hearing faint, raspy quacks, echoing as I drifted off to sleep, and heard teeny duck footsteps somewhere above me. The next morning, I found Ben curled up under his bed in a grumpy mood. "Whatever's the matter, sweetheart? Doesn't old Mr. Duck want to play today?" "Oh, Mr. Duck left. He left me all alone last night. He likes seeing you sleep more than me." I felt an icy draft tingle the gooseflesh on the back of my neck. I looked up to see that the ancient ventilation shaft above the head of Ben's bed was missing its grill cover, which I was sure hadn't been the case the previous evening. I rushed back into my room to find an identical setup above my own bed as I stood still and peered into the black metal passageway, just big enough to fit a person. It dawned on me that Ben's dad would have taught him the word duct, as he was forever fixing them in the ancient apartment block. I noticed similar shafts in the suite's bathroom and lounge too. "You looking for old Mr. Duck? It's okay, Mommy. He quacked me where we lived, so I quacked him our home address."